Hi guys, good morning. So since I have you guys twice in one day, or not in one day, but since I have you twice, I'm not going to make these videos different. So you're watching one today on Monday for English, and tomorrow I'm gonna post this same video for history. You don't have to watch it twice, but it might help you to watch it twice. I'm gonna post it 2 times because a lot of you aren't watching our videos. So maybe if I post the same one twice, you'll see it at least 1 time. There are a few things that we need to talk about. This video is going to be explaining what we need to change from Q1 as a class, me as a teacher and you as a student, and what we can expect from Q2. So we have a few new things that are happening. The office has sent you guys a message about it, but I want to talk about it one more time just to remind you. And we're also going to talk about today's homework. So those are the 3 things we're going to talk about today. So for you guys, we really need to have a chat about how we're doing online school. When you have a problem, your job is to tell me, because my job is to help you. But I can't help you if you won't watch the videos I make, read the assignments I give you, read the messages I send you when you ask me for help, or ask me for help. So if you have a problem and you don't tell me, I don't know. I can't help you if you don't tell me. Now, for some of you, we've been having a problem with you don't understand something, you don't know how to do something, and instead of saying, hey, Miss Heather, I'm really confused about this assignment, could you explain it to me? You just click submit and you hope that I don't notice. Or you do an assignment and it has nothing to do with what I asked you to do. A lot of you have been doing that. You'll just write things down that have to do with the class. You'll take a picture of it, you'll send it to me, and it is nothing at all what I asked you to do. A lot of you also will ask me a question, or I will send you a message to explain something to you, and you won't read it. Guys, you have to stop being lazy. I love you, and I know that you can do this, but a lot of you are being incredibly lazy. You can do better than you did this last quarter. And a lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about because you've seen your grades. You know just as well as I do that you are smart and you are capable of doing your work. If you have questions, you know that you're allowed to ask me. I can't help you if you won't tell me that you need help. All right? I'm not going to spend 7 or 8 minutes talking about this to you. So we're just going to go over a few things that we need to work on. Well, actually, that you need to work on. You as the student this quarter need to work on a few things. You need to work on responsibility. You have to turn in your work. There are no other options. You cannot just click submit or turn in and not attach anything to your work. You have to send me something to grade, or I have to give you a 0. You have to be responsible. You have to watch the videos. You have to read the assignments. And if you don't understand something, you have to ask me for help. You also have to be honest with me. There are a lot of you who I can tell need help, and you're coming to tutoring and I ask you, hey, do you need help with that? Do you understand what we're doing this week? Do you know how to do this? And you go, yeah, I know what to do. Yeah, I understand. Or I ask you, do you know how to use Google Classroom? Do you know how to attach that? And you'll go, yeah, of course. Some of you who are at home will tell me the same kind of things. I'll ask you if you need help and you'll say no. You're not being honest with yourself or me if you do that. The most important thing that you need to work on in quarter 2 though is actually reading things, listening to me, and paying attention. When I post a video on Google Classroom, I'm not posting a video because I think it's fun. I'm posting a video so that you can get the information you need to be able to pass the homework I give you. A lot of you didn't do very good this quarter, and I can look at your grades and tell who was watching videos and who wasn't. I can look at your grades and tell who was taking notes and who wasn't. I can look at your grades and tell who was being responsible and who was asking questions and who was doing all of the things I've told you to do based on your grade. Because if you were doing those things, you passed. Because there were a lot of times that I would just give you a 100 for doing your homework. If a lot of you seemed confused, I would give you credit for participating instead of saying, okay, well, clearly you guys didn't understand this. A bunch of you made a 40, a 30, a 70. You must not have understood that. Let me just put that in the grade book. No, I would give you a good grade because I could tell that you tried. And then we would do it again. That's why with things like our book, we started over because I realized that what we were doing wasn't working, and that wasn't your fault. So I was trying to fix it, and I gave you good grades for the things that most of you didn't understand, because it's not fair for me to punish you for not understanding something. But you have to still try. I know that you don't like school online because your class specifically, 7th grade, keeps telling me over and over and over that you don't like online school. And I know you don't. I don't either. But it's what we have to do right now. And there's nothing we can do to change it, so we have to still make the best of it. All right? So I'm not going to talk about this anymore. You need to take responsibility. You need to stop being lazy, and you need to do your work. And if you're confused and need help, you have to tell me or your other teachers. Okay? All right, let's move on and talk about things that are going to be different in quarter 2. So in quarter 2, there are going to be 3 new things we're going to do. The first thing is late grades. We weren't very fair to you this quarter with your late grades, because a lot of you waited until the end of the quarter to start turning in work. Some of you didn't turn in work at all. And we still gave you credit for it, and that's not fair. So we're going to start using the late grade policy that you guys have been told about. The office has sent you probably a WhatsApp or an email or something. I know that you've gotten information about it. We're going to start following that policy, and we're going to be more strict about it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to try and give you weekly updates on your grades. So every week you'll know exactly what your grade is and exactly what you need to do to make it better. I'm also going to start talking to your parents more, because a lot of you are needing extra help and you're needing someone to say, hey, you need to be sure you're doing your work. So I'm going to be talking with parents more often. And the next thing is we're going to have new days every week that we're going to be doing work. So instead of every day of the week you have work, you're going to have work 2 days a week for each class. So for English, you're going to have a video and assignment on Monday. And then you're going to have a video and an assignment on Wednesday. Now, I also teach you for history. For history class, you'll have a video and an assignment on Tuesday and a video and an assignment on Thursday. So you guys will see me every day of the week, but you won't have English every single day, history every single day, science every single day, Bible every single day, math every single day. You'll have it broken up to be a little bit easier for you to use. Okay? Now, really quickly, let's talk about what your homework for today is. Now, it's going to be a Google form, and I know that most of you know how to use Google Forms, but I'm just going to remind you, because we had a lot of trouble with them at the end of the quarter. For a Google form, you need to do the whole thing, and then at the bottom, you need to click submit. It's really important that you click submit, and if you're worried that it didn't send to me, send me a message and say, hey miss, did this send to you? Did you get my answers? And I'll message you back and say, yes I did, or no I didn't, to help you know, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a survey. So I'm going to be asking you questions about last quarter, about what you liked and what you didn't like. So I use these to help me make new things for our class, to help me decide what things we should do more of, what things we should do less of, to understand what you guys like and what you don't like. So obviously I can't follow every suggestion you give me, but I will read them and think about them. Now, one thing I want you to know before we're done for today is that if you tell me you don't like online school, I can't do anything to change that. So don't bother telling me that. I know you don't like it. I don't like it either. But there's nothing I can do to change it. So make sure that when you're giving me suggestions, you're telling me things that I can actually fix, things that we could actually do in class, okay? So I know this is kind of a long video to tell you a lot of things, but you guys need a lot of updates. So thank you for watching, and make sure that you do your homework, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.